15 signs you're a complex thinker whose mind works differently. You see patterns where others don't. Complex thinkers have a knack for spotting patterns and connections that others miss. It's like they have a mental map where they link ideas, events, and data that might seem unrelated at first glance. This isn't just about being observant, it's about seeing the underlying framework that strings everything together. If you find yourself making these connections regularly, your brain is working on a complex level. You're not satisfied with surface-level answers. For you, the first explanation is never enough. You're the one asking, but why, at every turn. It's not that you're trying to be difficult, you genuinely crave deeper understanding. You're not content with simple answers, you need to peel back the layers and get to the core of issues. This relentless quest for deeper knowledge is a hallmark of complex thinking. You seek deeper meanings and connections. For you, almost everything has a deeper meaning or a hidden connection waiting to be uncovered. You're not content with taking things at face value or accepting the obvious explanation. Instead, you're constantly probing and digging deeper, looking for underlying patterns, meanings, and connections that others might overlook. This pursuit of depth in understanding is a key trait of a complex thinker. You think in shades of gray, not black and white. Life isn't just black and white for complex thinkers, it's a whole spectrum of grays. You understand that most issues aren't straightforward and that there's often more than one right answer. This ability to see nuance and complexity in situations means you often find yourself explaining to others that things aren't as simple as they seem. Your thinking isn't constrained by rigid viewpoints, instead, you appreciate the complexity and ambiguity in the world. Your thought process is nonlinear. Your brain doesn't just trot along a straight path, it leaps, dives, and circles back. When faced with a problem, your thought process might seem scattered to others, but to you, it's a complex web of thoughts and ideas. You're not just thinking outside the box, sometimes it feels like you're in a totally different geometric space. This nonlinear way of thinking allows you to approach problems from unique angles. You tend to overthink and analyze. Sure, overthinking can be exhausting, but it's just how your brain operates. You analyze conversations, decisions, and even casual remarks to the nth degree. This isn't just being paranoid or anxious, it's your mind's way of processing and understanding every aspect and potential outcome of a situation. While it can be overwhelming, it also means you're often well prepared for various scenarios. You're intrigued by complexity and layers. While others might shy away from complex topics or situations, you're drawn to them. You're not intimidated by complexity, you're fascinated by it. Whether it's a challenging puzzle, a deep philosophical concept, or a complicated set of data, you dive in with enthusiasm. This affinity for complexity is a sign that your mind thrives on dissecting and understanding intricate systems and ideas. You take time for introspection and self-reflection. Complex thinkers spend a lot of time in their heads. You're not just daydreaming, you're reflecting, pondering over various aspects of life, your actions, and the world at large. This introspection is not about self-absorption, it's about trying to make sense of your experiences and thoughts in a deeper, more meaningful way. You can hold opposing views at the same time. You have the ability to entertain two conflicting viewpoints simultaneously. It's not about being indecisive, it's about understanding that there can be merit in opposing arguments. This ability to hold and consider contradictory ideas is a unique aspect of complex thinking. It allows you to have a more rounded and comprehensive understanding of issues. You often feel misunderstood. Let's face it, being a complex thinker can sometimes feel lonely. You often feel like people don't get you or that you're on a different wavelength. It's not that you think you're better than others, it's just that your intricate way of thinking isn't always easy for others to grasp. This feeling of being misunderstood is common among those whose minds work on a complex level. You're drawn to abstract concepts. Complex thinkers often find themselves fascinated by abstract concepts and theoretical ideas. You're not just interested in the tangible and the concrete, you delve into realms of thought that explore possibilities, theories, and hypothetical scenarios. This interest in the abstract signifies a mind that enjoys stretching beyond the confines of the immediate and observable, contemplating ideas that don't necessarily have a direct application or visible structure. You sometimes experience analysis paralysis. While being able to dissect and analyze information is a strength, it can also lead to what's known as analysis paralysis. You might find yourself so caught up in weighing every possible option and outcome that making a decision becomes incredibly difficult. This is because your brain doesn't just skim the surface, it dives deep, considering all angles and potential consequences, which can be both a thorough and a taxing process. You have a rich inner dialogue. Your mind is like a bustling marketplace of thoughts and ideas. You often have an ongoing inner dialogue, where you debate with yourself, question your assumptions, and mentally explore various viewpoints. This internal conversation is a sign of a mind that is constantly active, processing information, and seeking to understand the world in a multifaceted way. You find peace and comfort in being on your own. Complex thinkers often find that their best moments of clarity and creativity come when they are alone. Solitude provides the space and quiet needed for your mind to unravel and weave together thoughts and ideas. This isn't about being antisocial, it's about needing time to process and reflect without external interruptions or influences. You're often playing devil's advocate. Sometimes, your way of thinking can come across as contrarian. It's not that you're always trying to oppose others, but your analysis often leads you to different conclusions or perspectives that challenge the status quo. Your tendency to question and dissect commonly accepted views can make you seem like you're always taking the opposing side, but in reality, you're just following where your complex thought process leads you.